Hello world, I go by the Quiet Philosopher, and this is Saturn. And as you can see, we are rocking it in a mission right now, here in Tennessee. And it's kind of a funny story how we got here. Obviously, we're not doing great. Not sure if life screwed me up or if I screwed up life somehow, but we've ended up no job and no place to stay. Most of my paperwork's still back in Texas. And
I don't exist.
Yeah. Kiddo can't stay here because we have different last names and I can't prove she's my kid. And we have a dog who is an absolute darling. I need to update her TikTok again. She's a tripod Athena. She's fantastic, but she can't stay either. So it's not going to work out. But we kind of don't have a place to go. It's a weird story how we got here.
You said that.
We were doing pretty well. Yeah, I know I said that. We were doing pretty well. Well, I mean, we weren't actually doing well. We were actually barely breaking even, but for all intents and purposes, it looked like we were doing okay. But then one thing led to another, and I ended up having to quit my job.
Why don't you just tell them what it is?
Tell them what is.
The reason you had to quit your job?
Because when I worked outside of the house, your mental health got so bad that you ended up back in the hospital. My darling little autistic, trans, fantastic human being.
Ooh, shine.
Mm-hmm.
Look, seriously.
Yes, your eyes are terribly shiny out here. So for your well-being, and I do not in any way, shape, or form blame you, because it's not your fault, I did end up having to quit my job, and I wasn't able to find another work-from-home job in time, so we couldn't pay rent. So we had a bit of a crazy moment. I'm kind of prone to visions. I'm a little bit psychic.
Both of us are.
Yeah, but yours is also mixed with some other oddness as well. It's a little hard to find the lines. But, man, we should have signed in on your account now. I've got so many pop-ups. Anyway, Kiddo's fantastic. Don't blame Kiddo at all for this. But one thing led to another, and we ended up homeless.
In Tennessee.
No. We got here because... I still gotta finish the story, you know. We got here because... Okay, with you leaning back at the weird angle, you look microscopic. You look like a tiny child, like a tiny baby. You don't look like you're actually bigger than me.
Isn't this better?
Yes. So anyway, we ended up packing the things that we mostly valued. We left a few things behind we didn't really mean to into the car that I bought when I was on pregnancy brain. It was a terrible decision, and I later miscarried, but I was already stuck with a car, so car I can't afford, which is soon to get repossessed. And we packed our stuff in the car, and we were like, well, we've got a car. Let's go. And that mostly came about because I had this super creepy vision on the 22nd. It just felt like there was this looming pressure over and over and over. It just wouldn't go away. And it just built and built and built. And finally, I ended up seeing a vision. And it was like, first I thought it was like a rock looming over the earth. But then as it drew back, I realized it was a fist. And it plunged down and it struck the earth. And for me, the whole world shook. And nobody else noticed. And I was
like, that's just the oblivion of Earth.
No, I was like, am I crazy?
Obliviousness of
This
Earth,
makes no
sorry.
sense. I mean, I kept checking online. I was like, did anything happen? Did literally anything happen? Nothing happened. Please don't. All right, fine. Zip up your fly. Thank you. Oh my gosh. At least you're not doing that sort of camera. But anyway, it struck down, and for me, the entire world shook, and it scared me half to death. And up until that point, my bestie and I, who's fantastic, she's from India, wonderful. Oh, that cringes me. Oh, stop that! Stop! Anyway, gross. We kept seeing these synchronicities that just did not make sense. Like out of nowhere, all of a sudden it was like 1 1 1 1, 1 1 1 1, and every time I saw it, it was something like pop in my head. You know, all things returned to 1. And then after the 22nd, I saw 1 1 1 1 the following day, and my brain said, all things have returned to 1. It was like, okay, well that's weird. I was, literally you said 1 1 1. I didn't sleep. Like all things returned to 1. I just kept popping it out, and then the meaning of the words changed. And then the following day, we saw 2s, and then the next day we saw 3s. And then the next day, 1 2 3 4. And at
That's
that point,
not possible. 1 2 3 4. You can't get that on a regular clock, American style.
oh baby, it's called 12:34.
Oh, I thought you said 1 3 4 2.
Yeah.
I was like,
You're
no,
not dyslexic.
no.
You're not dyslexic. What? Just listen, princess. Anyway, so the pressure started to build again, and I just got so. Please stop! You're shaking the whole thing. And I was pushing for a vision. I was trying to figure out what was the cause, because I kept having a bunch, and normally I almost never have any. Classy, cover your mouth when you yawn.
What?
I'm recording, you goof. Anyway,
More notifications.
I know, thank you. All of a sudden I was getting visions left, right, and center, and they were all of this. Okay, so first of all, when I get my visions, they're usually of the very best of possibilities and the very worst of possibilities. I usually see both. And then whatever actually happens is usually somewhere in the middle, because I either see the most likely, or I see the worst or the best. And all of a sudden, the visions I was seeing just made no sense. Like, none whatsoever. I could not figure out at all how we could possibly get to what I'm seeing from the world as it is today. It made no sense. And I kept trying to push for vision, and it wasn't coming. I was trying to figure out, how do we get here? How do we get here? And finally, I got one. And it was a guy standing in front of a window. Very erect in posture. Hands clasped.
I was like, Mom?
Imposture! Imposture!
Yes, well, you didn't say that at first. I was like,
let me finish the sentence. Oh my gosh.
like, Mother? Should you
Hands
tell me about this on
crossed.
YouTube?
And somebody was asking him a question, and the guy was like, let them have Christmas. And I was just like, what? And then the other guy asked like something else, and I was like, right after Christmas, he's like, just get it done before the new year. And my brain was instantly just like, it went in a weird place. And I was just like, am I crazy? Am I crazy? Do I have so many conspiracy nuts in my family? Absolutely. So let's not read into
anti-vaccines. We don't have any flat earthers, luckily.
Thank goodness. But I don't know. It was weird. It was very weird. And the place that my brain went to on that was just strange, because my first thought out of nowhere was, did our government sell us out to a foreign power and just not tell us? And I was like, that's crazy. What am I talking about? That would never happen. Like, that couldn't happen. I'll just,
Totally would.
I know it's technically plausible, but it's unlikely. America would just explode. It would just be not good.
It would crumble.
It would not crumble. It would explode. It would turn into a cesspit of war and violence.
And we would try and leave the country as quickly as possible.
You couldn't leave the country in that situation. I mean, everyone tries to flee a refugee situation. That's not the point. I'm trying to record this. Stop. Don't get sidetracked. Anyway, But I just kept getting this building pressure and fear about being in Texas. So we packed up our stuff and we left because kiddo was also really wanting to leave, and honestly, we couldn't afford to live. We just couldn't afford to live. Austin was so expensive. I mean, we were paying. My roommate moved out, and it's not a bad blood situation. She's still amazing. I still totally love her. We basically moved into the place, and she was instantly like, I can't live here. And she wasn't really wrong. It is the nastiest place I've lived in a long time. Scorpions, spiders, straight up just filthy. Just filthy. And we're paying almost $1,700 a month for this. Last month, my friends would have helped me out financially, but I couldn't ask again this month. I don't have a job lined up. I don't know what to pay them back. I can't just get money from my friends. So before the rent came due, we
Packed up and left.
packed up and left. Anyway, so I was stressing out. I was like, okay, God, universe, apologies, because that has really negative connotations. I hear that. And I'm not religious exactly, so I'm theist, whatever.
I'm whatever I am.
I know, you're still questioning, that's fun. But, I was like, what? What am I supposed to do? Anyway, we left Texas. And there was like a reference that I kind of got like one response. That was basically, I took 6 days to make this planet. You can wait a little longer for an answer. Just wait and see what happens. I was like, okay, fine. Well, we ended up traveling. And on the 7th day after the 22nd, so I guess it'd be the 27th. My brain said 29th. 29th? Yes.
27th.
No, that was 5 days. Yeah, 5 days after when we left. Anyway, 7 days after I got them, fist smashing toward the Earth vision, we ended up here in Tennessee. And I was just like, just let's meet nice people at this point. Gracious people. Yeah, come in.
You need to go ahead and go ahead and get your stuff loaded up in your vehicle, because
Okay.
it's going to be that time for y'all to.
Okay.
Yeah.
We weren't going to go to chapel again this morning?
Well, with you being covered, I mean, you can.
Okay. No, okay, it's fine. We'll
Go
pack
ahead
up
and
the...
strip your beds and put them
Okay.
in here, okay?
All right, Candy, thank you. Yeah. Anyway, last night, got another one. This time it was an outstretched hand. And at first I thought, with the fingers curled, it was going to just scrape this to the earth. But it didn't. It just held. I don't know what it means, but we're out of luck. Time for us to go find our next step. So,
And there is a place we can stay, but we shouldn't due to the fact that it's with our abusive family members.
okay, we're not going to cover that one right now. We'll do that in our next video, okay? Anyway, hey, Adventures in Homelessness, part 1.